What's up everyone? So you guys will have to excuse the wind, but let's check this out. Now, I'm going to highly suggest that you guys watch the entire video all the way through, just because I would hate for you guys to watch it, you know, waste 2 minutes of your life and then not actually see the end result and what I did. So please be aware of that. If you guys know me, you know that I have Dodge Ram, and what you may not know is that I've been having remote issues. Okay, so I love my truck. My truck is amazing. I love the keyless system that they have. It's amazing. What I don't like is the fact that my remote isn't working. Now, I've been spending probably the last year reading forums, watching videos, trying to research how to fix these things so that way they keep working. My first issue, I suppose, command start, would work if I was within like a 3-meter radius of the truck. After clicking it multiple times. Any further of a distance, it does not work. Now I've been dealing with that for about a year, maybe a year and a half, and now my actual unlock and lock buttons are not functioning properly either. They work still, but on and off again. So we're going over a few ways that you can try to fix your remote. Please keep in mind that no, I am not an expert, but obviously I do own the vehicle and I've been dealing with this for a long time. I have read every single forum, every single page. I've talked with people. I've done every bit of research that I can, but honestly, there is no information online about these remotes when they start failing. Now, obviously, one of the very first things you should ever check with any kind of electronic system is the battery. So you're gonna peel it apart like that. Now that I have everything kind of spaced out, you take the motherboard, the circuit board, whatever you want to call it, you take this battery, you can pop it out just like such. Now this circuit board does take it is a CR2032 battery, does not matter what company. So you can pretty much grab your new one and then you will slide it back in. Obviously, after you change the battery out, make sure to put it back together and then go and test it. Nope. So if it worked, great. You're one of the very lucky few. On the other hand, if it didn't, here's another thing you can do. Yet again, pop it open. Now this time we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take out the battery, but we're actually going to kind of mess with the little circuit board here. So if you look inside here, okay, so this is where your battery goes in. Now if you notice, there's these 3 little prongs and these outer 3 little prongs. If your battery isn't really making a difference, one thing that you can try, it may work, it may not, but what I did was I took a little kind of screwdriver or anything really that you can pry with. You stick it underneath these little pins and you bend them up. You can even maybe use your fingernail, but do whatever you gotta do. Raise these guys so there's actually kind of like a spring to them. You can see as I push this down, it actually springs back up. That's good because that means that the battery is going to have an actual pressure. When you're on the circuit board, you can see that these 3 are actually, I believe, the negative, and these ones down here connect to the positive. So that's going to complete the circuit. If these are not making a true connection, that's going to lower the amount of power getting to your actual chips. And if you're not getting power to the chips or at the proper amount, it's not going to work. Gonna put this thing back together again. Wha-bam. Okay, so let's go and try this. Nada. Okay, so by now, you're probably getting quite frustrated with this guy. There's one more thing that we can try on the motherboard, then after that we're gonna have to try something else. Okay, so what we can do is we can take it apart one last time. Do this all at once. I don't know why I'm doing it in steps, but you could simply just do all of this all at once. You can see on my circuit board, you can see that all of these are fairly clean. I mean, I don't have an issue with this. There's no debris. You can look around them, but basically people are taking pencils. Nothing special or unordinary about this pencil. And they're simply you know, going over the contacts and using the eraser just to make sure that they're clean. So yeah, if you notice there's debris or something that does not look normal inside your remote on any of the contacts for the battery, definitely clean those off. You can look around and kind of see that like the joints look nice, they don't look black. If you see any black ones, then maybe it was a short circuit or something. If you see that some are broken or just something looks off in the microchip, then that could as well be your issue. Definitely for sure, make sure that the battery is making good contact, make sure that it is clean contact, and make sure that it is a new battery if you have any doubts. One more time. Nothing. So as far as taking apart your remote, that's all you can do. However, I do have a few more things that I'm going to share with you that will either help you out for the duration that it takes you to maybe go to the dealership, but that's our last option. So let's go and tell you that tip. Okay, so that's where my truck usually sits. Now when you do this, you want to get it all the way down to the microchip and the gummy. And all you're going to do is you're going to press your command start a few times and point it at the truck, and it should actually start it. I don't completely understand why it works when you take it out of the plastic and metal casing. So I've used that for about 2 winters straight, and it does work. I can guarantee that. If you live somewhere cold like I do, instead of running out to your truck every single day to start it, just take apart the remote really quick. If you're fortunate enough, your remote pops open like mine does. It's so easy, so fast. You pop it back together and then you're good to go. You'll get in a routine of it. So with that being said, a quick fix is not a permanent fix, so we still are going to the dealership. So we're going to do 2 things while we're at the dealership. I'll tell you about those right after we get out of there. Okay, so I'm putting you guys down for a sec. We just got outside the dealership, and basically I'm going to talk to you guys about my remote and why we went to a dealership. Now here's the 2 options that you have with dealerships. If you guys know me, I hate dealerships. I never go through them. I like doing all the work myself. I prefer it that way. I will probably continue to do that till the day I die. Regardless, sometimes you have to admit defeat. They have computers in there that really you don't have access to, and if you did, you'd be spending thousands of dollars to own them just to use them once or twice here and there. Not worth it, honestly. Originally we went to the dealership and we tried to get this old remote. You can see it's old because all the buttons are falling off. Sorry, faded. We tried to get it recalibrated. Now when we got it recalibrated, my computer in the truck did not communicate with their computer at all. It was not doable. Nothing changed. So they sent us away. We paid them for their services, and that was basically that. So that was option 1. Recalibrate your remote. Now here's the second option, is take your old remote to the dealership and get a new one. Now word of advice, if you only have one remote, go to the dealership, get a new key. Don't even sweat it, because the fact of the matter is, if this thing gets wet, if it drops in an ocean, if you lose it, I'm expecting that this remote's going to die out within the next year. If I can't get into my truck, now you are paying tow charges, you're paying other dealership costs, as well as the original amount that you could just pay to get a new key while you have a second key. Just do it. On top of that, it's also kind of nice because not only do you have brand new buttons on this guy, which, you know, is quite nice. Obviously these ones are all faded. You can also see the side profile. This one is like kind of spacing or gapping out, where this one is like, it looks very different, I guess, in that sense. Materials are new. This one's heavier, this one's lighter. This one feels a little bit nicer. So that's basically what my solution was, is I just needed a new remote. For you guys, maybe you're going to be able to use some of the techniques you saw earlier and you're going to be able to fix your remote. Maybe the recalibration would work. So we thought we would try it, considering you're paying $50 roughly to get a recalibration and roughly $300 to get a new remote. Okay, so we're going to be leaving right now. We're going to go to a spot and I'm going to see if it works. I didn't even test it before leaving. I figured we would go someplace kind of nice. I have a spot that I like in town. I kind of want to make it my spot. You know, everyone has a spot. It kind of already is, but like in the videos, I want to make it kind of more of a regular part of that. where I take more photos there or something. I don't know, it feels like it's my spot. I'm calling it my spot. Either way though, we're gonna go there and we're gonna see how well these things work. Let's check this out. I don't know how much of that you guys could hear, but that actually worked. Okay, I don't know if we gave this thing enough of a challenge, so we're gonna try this again, but way over here. Okay, so we can only test this guy one more time, just because as soon as I turn it on a second time, it's actually gonna lock it out as a safety precaution. So that way the truck doesn't get started too many times. They do that. Gotta make sure we do it right this time. Okay, so we're pretty far away from the truck right now, so we're gonna try it. Here. Way over there. Okay, you ready? Oh. Oh! It actually works again. I wasn't expecting it to work that well, but goddamn. Okay, so we're just heading home right now. I really hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, please consider liking and subscribing if you like the content I'm coming out with on the channel. Would appreciate it a lot. If I happen to miss absolutely anything, even an idea, feel free to comment it down below and help everyone else out, because like there's literally no information on this. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate you guys' support. Take care and have a good one. Okay, let's put this thing to the test. Yes!